I describe Byrdmaniax as Meltzer's Folly because it was Meltzer's Folly. It caused a lot of problems in the band. We recorded the basic tracks and did some vocals and some instrument overdubs and whatnot. And then we went on tour in the UK and Europe. And while we were gone, Terry went in and did his, he kind of went over the top with his production with choral singers and horns, and we came back and listened to it and went, holy mackerel, what have you done to this? This is not us. No, we didn't want to have it be like that. That wasn't what we had in mind at all, but they'd already done it and they had the money invested in it, and so it got released. And as in rebellion over that, we went back to UK and recorded Farther Along in 2 weeks. Very underproduced. The pendulum swang completely to the other side. And so that's why it was called Meltzer's Folly. Green Apple Quickstep is an original. Yeah. And we wrote it, Clarence and I wrote it. And it was just, you know, us sitting around the motel room in between gigs and whatnot, banging away on the banjo and guitar and say, hey, oh, that sounds nice, let's call it Green Apple Quickstep. It's a step you make going to the outhouse if you had too many green apples. When we recorded it pretty much live with Clarence's dad there. And Clarence's dad was an old French Canadian, and you could see where all the Clarence or the White family rhythm came from. It came from the old man, from old Eric. And old Eric was a character, just a character, and he talked like this. He had a voice like this, ha 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 ha, you know. But boy, could he play, and play the harmonica. And he would do a clog dance while he was doing the harmonica. And he used to play the fiddle until his shoulders were too broken up to play because he worked in construction. But he played wonderful harmonica on this tune. And then one of the things that happened was they brought Byron in. And I love Byron's playing. I'm a big fan of Byron Berline. But they covered up Clarence's dad with the fiddle. You couldn't hear. It was too much. You know, the human ear can only really key into 3 things at once, and there was more than 3 things going on there. So there was some dilution that happened that kind of took a little bit of the impact of it away. And now I listen to some of the new released, remixed stuff in the new box set and all, and I was pleased to hear that they actually brought out Clarence's dad's harmonica playing. I think Byron played it beautifully, but it was overdubbed, and it didn't quite sound like it was part of the tune, whereas Clarence's dad was right there, and he had been doing it right with us. And oh, it probably did. I think we may, in other words, you think we may have eclipsed any benefits of the album with our critique. Probably true. I can only speak for myself, and I'm to this day I'm hypercritical of everything and everybody, and everything that I can critique, I critique, and I was worse then. So, well, I've always been a big fan of gospel music, and for instance, the Art Reynolds Singers were one of my favorite gospel bands. And anytime we could mix in gospel. And I'm not particularly a religious man. In fact, as I'd say, I'm probably not religious. I would hope that I'm a little bit spiritual, but not religious by any means. But gospel music is the stuff. It really is.